willkommen zu Vamyr. Ja, richtig gelesen, Vampyr oder Vampir. Halt auf Deutsch. Ja, so ein Ding. Wurde mir von einem Freund, würde ich sagen, wir tun unser Bestes und starten mal ein Rennen. Mal schauen. Audio. 5 Stimme. Impuls auf 5. 5. Alles auf die 5. Mal schauen. Ich denke, so ist das perfekt. Falls es ein bisschen zu laut sein sollte, ja, einfach melden, ne? Na dann, neues Spiel. Als ob, je öfter man sich das Leben nimmt, desto einfacher wird es. Mhm. Klappt übrigens nicht im normalen Leben, ne?
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is warm but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Alles klar.
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment, a righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
So viel dazu. Oh. Guten Morgen. Tja, so viel zur Frage, wo bin ich? Oder der Charakter, besser gesagt. Guten Morgen, schön aufwachen. Erstmal in einem Haufen von Leichen aufwachen. Check! Mehr oder weniger alles schwarz-weiß. Bedeutet nur, dass wir sehr fest angeschlagen sind. Och, hallo Madame.
So thirsty.
Wir sind schon ein Vampir? Ja gut, dann würde ich sagen, Arin, hallo, schön, dass du zuschaust. Könnt ihr? Dankeschön. Wohl bekomm's.
Where's my brother? What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no! Mary! Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God. Mary!
Tja, die ist hinüber.
No, no.
Tot bleibt tot. Es sei denn, du verwandelst sich.
It's horrible. It's a nightmare.
Ich glaube nicht, dass er es weiß, wie er das
No!
machen kann.
Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me. What is that? No, no, don't shoot! This is a nightmare.
Was? Nee, so lange bestimmt nicht.
I need to get out of here.
Ach so, meine, dass du für mich gemacht hast?
This can't be happening. No, please, stop! I mean you no harm.
Keine Ahnung. Ich zocke das wahrhaftig, naja, blind.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about? Shit, where'd it go? Now, I can defend myself. Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice.
Greif mich halt nicht an, ne?
Who are you? Stupid beast!
Wie gesagt, das wurde mir von einem Kollegen, her empfohlen. Oder besser gesagt, von einem Freund, der einen Freund hat. Ihr wisst, ne? Dude. Warum seid ihr nur gegen mich? Ich habe fast nichts getan.
I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you
Eines
fucking
von
leech.
meinem Headset, aber
Please,
das ist...
listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? I'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me.
Die Sonne geht auf, geh in den Schatten. Nee, meins ist ein externes.
The sun feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go! I need to find shelter. Is anybody there? What is this place?
Ah, mein Mikro. Ist halt einfach das von dem Headset und das Headset ist schon leicht kaputt, also ist das Mikrofon leider auch schon leicht kaputt. Aber leider das einzige Headset, das noch einigermaßen ein Mikrofon hat, das funktioniert. Nö, hast du ein Headset mit einem Mikrofon, sollte das eigentlich gehen. Mehr oder weniger.
This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Go watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it, shall take it. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give me an
Wie meinen?
That's impossible.
Ach so, der Input, ja, der steckt im Controller. Du hast kein Spiegelbild, Dude. Vergiss das nicht. Ich hoffe bloß, die haben das richtig gemacht.
Who goes there? Who's there? Are you referring to me?
Ja, ich bin mir schwer am PC besorgen, also da geht noch ein Weilchen, bis ich einen PC habe, aber dann werden wahrscheinlich ein paar Let's Plays von dem PC kommen. Minecraft so zum Beispiel.
I still have so much left that needs doing.
Also sofern ich das irgendwie schaffe. Ach nö, der hat sich erschossen.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now! There's time. I can save him. That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital. Done.
Nö, ich meine, ist für jeden.
And now what? We fight.
Für jede
Killing is a
Altersklasse.
hell of a lot
Ich meine,
easier than healing.
ne? Minecraft kann man immer zocken, wenn man möchte.
No, it never got easy.
Ich kenne halt noch jemand von meinen Freunden, ja, der etwas älter ist und der zockt auch gerne noch Minecraft, obwohl er schon, keine Ahnung. Ja, diese.
This makes no sense. None of it.
Keine Ahnung, ich habe ihn nie gefragt, aber der ist auch schon älter.
It's a lot. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only.
Nein, ich schieße nicht. Oh, geht mir genauso. Vergiss es. Ich drücke nicht ab. Ach komm schon. Komm schon. Das muss doch anders gehen. Bitte sei leer, bitte sei leer, bitte sei leer. Ja, bis auf ihn. Er lebt länger. Tja, es hat seine Vorteile. Na?
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Ewiges Leben. Oh, hey. Schön, dass du auch zuschaust. Naja. Was weiß ich? meine, es gibt ja sowas wie Selbstheilung unter ihnen.
That voice in my head.
Und ich meine, wenn er jetzt gestorben wäre, dann wäre die ganze Geschichte
Must
vorbei,
belong
ne?
to the one who made me
Aus. Ende.
what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become.
Ich glaube nicht. Und ich glaube ja. Also für
These people
Arin,
want me
ich
dead.
glaube nicht, dass man
I
mit
need
mehr
to leave
Switch
now.
auf PS4 joinen kann.
Here's the leech. Here!
My head's
Das schon, aber naja,
It's locked.
ja, Xbox ist auch eine Dingens, ne?
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the west.
Wenn dir
A strength I never knew I had. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Stupid beast!
This shouldn't be possible.
Christ! He's dead!
hat geholfen.
Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire. My strength, my reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
Tja. Logik. Nope. Boah. Außerdem, wer zockt noch Fortnite? Ich glaube nicht mehr viele, seit H1Z1 draußen ist.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to
Ach
us.
ja,
I cannot enter.
stimmt.
The dizziness from the jump.
Kinder.
I can now control it. It's locked, all right.
Leider.
I have this thirst for blood. What will London have to say to me? It's locked. I've so many questions unanswered. Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum?
Diese Fähigkeit er hat noch nicht drauf.
The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant. Fresh blood. The smell is so strong. Where has everyone
Habe ich
gone?
mir auch gedacht. Aber, naja.
According to the blood patterns, that's where the victim was attacked. So that must be the killer's trail. At last, a little life. Whoever he may be, the killer recently entered this bar. Maybe some of the locals saw him.
This is no place for you. Freewell has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require them.
I think someone's eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word.
Och man, so viele Klischees auf einmal. Echt jetzt?
Well, that's something I can do for you.
Was kommt als nächstes? Gut, das hätten wir. Kein Spiegelbild haben wir. Allergisch irgendwas. Kreuz. Hammer.
And who might you be?
Jo, habe ich mir auch gedacht. Sie zuerst.
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, don't.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
Ich bin ja auch ein Opfer.
Hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire,
Dankeschön.
who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a
No
trail.
blow!
The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor.
Nicht Zwiebeln, Knoblauch. Auf das sind sie allergisch.
We're
Zwiebeln?
both chasing the same
Weiß man
shadow.
nicht. Ich bin mir nicht sicher.
This is all new to me. I'm not even certain what I'm looking for.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
Das glaube ich auch. Jedenfalls.
I'll end him.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Joa. Hashtag nimm Knoblauch, ne? Gesund.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Oh, bitte sei nicht so durstig, wie ich denke, dass du es bist.
He didn't deserve this.
Gut, geht noch, ne? Ich hoffe, er redet tatsächlich nur mit ihnen.
I've never even been here.
Ich will es nicht riskieren. Ich bediene mich, ne?
Please, leave me alone.
Okay.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
Was ist das für ein Ort?
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, the Turquoise Turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
Haben sie
Are
nur
you
nachts
always open
geöffnet?
late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic. Now all these terrible
Alles
murders.
klar.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight. And I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the cannon factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
You best talk to Tom. Are they stupid or something? Never even been to India.
Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Alles klar.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle. See?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care.
Kann nur
This
nicht
is a
schlimmer
free
werden.
country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog. Hey.
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own dog.
I'll leave you to your bottle.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. He's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay? I told you all there was to know.
Gut, dann gehen wir mal wieder raus.
I cannot enter. I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city. The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. What's this? Some sort of note. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Nothing here. Let's head back to a warm fire. Shut that foolish mouth. But I've only been part of the dance 3 weeks to the day. All the more reason to shut it. Back here again. You've got one shot. Find it.
Ja, ein bisschen was an der Leiche mitnehmen.
This is despicable. Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy. This place reeks of bloodshed.
I had a drink outside tonight already and it did not quench my thirst.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Alles klar. Die war auch eine.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Alles klar.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
I thought you were a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about lady behind her back. But I will use her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last battle between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Mr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stone, yes. First
Mit uns Blut.
a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed, marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. And as a physician, I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
Ich würde sagen, ja.
It seems
wir
I have
an.
little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book. The beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Nun haben wir nicht nur, naja, ich würde jetzt mal sagen, ein ziemlich gutes Alibi, wenn wir einfach verschwinden können oder müssen. Wir können auch hin und wieder mal ein paar Patienten anknabbern. So als hier. Ich brauche mal ein Liter Blut. Wer meldet sich da?
Just Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Rotten old. Each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, try it.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Seien Sie höflich.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Ich könnte jetzt meinen Blutdurst stillen. Aussaugen oder loslassen?
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Did I black out? Whoa, I feel giddy. What happened?
Naja, wir haben ihn mal so
It is
gelassen.
wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Gut, kommt immer darauf an, denn wenn wir zu sehr, naja, ich will jetzt nicht sagen, am Bluttuch nagen, wird das auch nicht weiter auffallen, ne?
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Vamyr. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Ich meine,
I'm not familiar with all the staff. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals.
nein, auch nur dadurch mehr Zuschauer bekäme.
Most.
Ich will nicht dieses Game
It would be
spielen. Warte mal.
inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some
Ich
conduct,
finde,
but in the
Fortnite
end,
ist
everybody is
halt,
doing their best.
je nachdem, wenn man sieht, ein Pay-to-Win.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tickets. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a
guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Nö, man kann sich ja nur, was weiß ich nicht, was kaufen, ne? Zwinker.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Aber sagen wir es mal so,
Welcome to
Fortnite
Pembroke
ist
Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
naja,
I would like to ask a few questions
nicht
first.
so das Spiel, was ich jetzt unbedingt zocken würde.
Dr. Swansea.
Well, you accepted the job from
24/7
him. I
versteht
thought you would have known about your employer.
Denn ich spiele halt ein Spiel
Apologies, I've only just
und
met
finde
him
es
the
entweder
once.
gut
This is
oder ich finde es kacke.
I've only just
Also
returned
besser
to
gesagt,
Dr.
nicht
Swansea
so
is a
toll.
brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate
Und
physician.
Spiele, die ich dann, naja,
It's right to assume
nicht so
Dr.
toll
Swansea knows
finde,
far more
werde
about me
ich
than I do about him.
sehr wahrscheinlich dann
You'll
einfach
get to know him
nicht
soon enough and
spielen
better
oder
than me.
nicht mehr
The
spielen
administrator has better things to do
oder
than mix
einfach
with
ganz
us.
und gar sehr wenig und wirklich nur wenn, dann, ja.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
Alle
I gave
5
him a
Jahre
sedative to
gefühlt,
help him sleep. Poor
um zu
thing is
schauen,
in
ob es
quite
noch
a state of
genauso
shock.
nicht gut ist.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Aber ja, gut. Sanitäter,
Good evening, sir.
das Lötlämmchen.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped from the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Die Zeiten sehen nicht gerade rosig aus.
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way
Tja,
to protect
wann
their
sind wir wohl in London?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Muppen! Wie sieht's mit der Sonne aus? Gut. Das wird wohl ein Weilchen dauern, bis es hell ist. Trotzdem gehen wir mal langsam aber sicher wieder rein.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Ne, man kann ja nie wissen.
Dr. Swansea is right.
Aha.
This place seems perfect
In
to conduct
Sicherheit.
my research. Good evening.
Tag.
I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howard?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howard?
Ja, haben wir schon.
To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities. Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Ouch.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. I told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
How close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real.
Alles klar.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
And it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. But frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Alles klar.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Das ist eine gute Frage.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious
So viele tausend Fragen, die wir Leuten stellen können.
No advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Aber gut, stellen sie alle, ne?
Who should I avoid in the park? Any particularly evil thing?
Not really. Most men are emerged from the best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Es gibt eine kleine Pause.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest, and then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
So, weiter.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
The pain.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Ich glaube nicht, dass wir hier noch groß... No.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Irgendwo ist da ein Menschchen.
I cannot enter.
Hier ist aber niemand.
Scowl voices in the garden.
I should investigate. If they were to find somebody...
Oops, fail. First fail oder so. Nothing else. Na, dann gehen wir mal zu unserem neuen Unterschlupf. Ja. Ach so, Geldbörse. Geldbörse, 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 Geldbörse.
I have wasted too much energy.
Pembroke is so lucky.
It's locked.
Nope. Nou, niks. Schade. Nee. Nicht unser Büro. Ah, wir sind Reed. Das.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. Sehr schön. Gut.
much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time. The flower's dying. It needs water. I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
Ja, wir könnten jetzt uns ausruhen, oder? Wir schauen noch mal ein bisschen unten rum.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Time had lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
It's locked.
The pain.
Ja, wir schauen mal.
It's locked, all right.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you, then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Cosmo.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Waste your time with me.
Alles klar.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Vielleicht hat noch etwas.
I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Dann halt nicht.
So many days. But still be sure we're making a living.
Good evening, sir.
zum
I'm Dr.
Reden.
Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Ja, das ist so der, naja.
circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Reads me like a book. I'll never receive anything from her.
I'm so tired. Will this ship...
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Der Bewunderer.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to reflect I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. You seem quite optimistic.
Tja,
It's a rare and
meine Güte, die sind da draußen wieder laut.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test. A test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Aykroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself, but I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. The truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then.
Wir müssen natürlich nach den Kindern fragen.
My Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Children, Helen.
I'm so tired.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure. but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Ackroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Ackroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Okay, dann halt nicht.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Doch, du bist.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. but I used to be a real doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then sadly depart. I'm managing a train tunnel.
Tja. Gut. Gehen wir uns mal wieder ausruhen. Sobald wir das getan haben, würde ich sagen, also ich gehe noch nach oben und dann beende ich langsam meinen Stream.
Not now.
It's locked.
So, schauen wir noch mal kurz hier rauf, aber ich denke nicht, dass da noch was ist.
I cannot enter.
Dann gehen wir mal wieder. Joa. So. Traute sein Glück allein. Ne?
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Gut. Ja. Dann. Oh. Dann bedanke ich mich auf alle Fälle fürs Zuschauen. Schaltet auch beim nächsten Mal ein, wenn ich wieder streame. Ich werde natürlich dieses Game komplett durchzocken. Also beim nächsten Stream wieder hier fortfahren, wo wir aufgehört haben. Jo, ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen, für jeden Support. Däumchen wäre ein Träumchen, freut mich sehr, hilft mir wahnsinnig. Wenn ihr möchtet, könnt ihr gerne noch abonnieren und kommentieren, was auch immer. Und bis dahin sage ich ein Nice Dude, danke fürs Zuschauen und Cheerio.